All right, Shalom Israel. This is Israelite School, Universal Pack and all this side of Harlem West 125th Street on the Commander Journey YAHANNA. I'm Officer YAHANNA, and we with Officer Shawn Posh. And tonight we're gonna be bringing out what the white folks say, the mark of the beast. You understand? And we're gonna get down to the bottom of it. We're gonna figure out what the mark of the beast really is. Is it a chip? You know what I'm saying? Is it what they say they're gonna be? Like they're gonna put a chip in your hand or in your arm or whatever the hell they say they're gonna put it at. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get down to the bottom of it. All right, we're gonna start out with the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1. We're gonna get down to the bottom of it, and we're gonna really find out what the mark of the beast is, you know what I'm saying? And what it is to have the mark, you know what I'm saying, of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, in your head and in your hand, and what the difference is. You see what I'm saying? What the white man wants you to do is follow the world and do the things of the world, you understand? And follow the false image, which is the image of the beast, which is Caesar Borgia. You see what I'm saying? But when you follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, you understand it's going to be seared in your head and it's going to be seared in your hand. You understand? And we're going to figure out what the difference really is. Go ahead, what you got out.
Khan. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Verse 2.
That's it, read verse 1. You understand? So we already know, you understand who the snake is, right? So the word snake is a wily, treacherous, or malicious person. You understand? And it's the devil and it's Satan. You understand? Which is the white man or whatever. You understand? We understand that the woman is the weaker vessel. You understand? With the bond between a man and a woman. You see what I'm saying? So he's going to attack the weaker vessel, which is the women or whatever. So we're going to drop that and we're going to go to Revelation 13, chapter 13, verse 15 and 17. So really, you know, the word snake is what? You know, like I said, a treacherous or malicious person, which is they lie. You understand? If you read John 8 and 44, it says, ye are of your father, the devil. You understand? And the things of him you would do. I'm paraphrasing. You understand? But that's what he wants to do. He wants to make you think that you're keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why they came up with Roman Catholicism. That's why they came up with the Christian church. You understand? That's why they got all these other things, but what we're supposed to be doing. And it's keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Read what you got, huh?
Verse 15.
Revelation 13, verse 15 through 17.
Khan. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that so many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
You understand? So does anybody know what it means? You understand when it says like your right hand? Like what does your right hand mean? You know what it means now?
Khan. Pretty much what it means is since you work, you write, you do the things with your right hand. You understand what I'm saying? So you bear the mark of the beast. So you have the knowledge of that beast, and you do that knowledge with your right hand, which is your hand, your might.
All right. So what do you do with your right hand? Is your right hand your strong hand? Is your right hand your power? Like what does your right hand possess?
Khan. It possesses your power.
Right. So in your right hand, you understand that's where your power is. You understand? And that's your right hand is what you kill with. You see what I'm saying? When you draw your sword, you draw with your right hand. You understand? And you know what the meaning of the forehead is in verse 16? Where
It would have to do with the knowledge. That's where the pineal gland is, what they say, or your thought process, what you think as a man thinketh, so he is.
Right, you're in the ballpark, but in more of a sense, it's like when you have the mark of the beast and you're thinking of an image of the beast, which is not the true image of Christ or whatnot, you in the world. You see what I'm saying? And when you know, when it's in your forehead and it's not just, you know, worldly things, it's like keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, because Moses sung a song, right? And when he's talking about the song, it's talking about the laws, statutes, and commandments. You see what I'm saying? So people that's in the world, they think that Christ is coming back to save everybody.
Right.
You understand? Where in the UPK, we know that Christ is only coming back for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? He's not coming back for nobody else, right? So we're gonna go into it deeper. You understand? We're gonna, matter of fact, let's go to give me Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 8. And we're gonna dive deeper into it. You know, because the white man gonna tell you that 2025 or 2030 that they're gonna put a chip in your hand. You understand? And they talk about how you're gonna be able to buy stuff with just your hand, just wave your hand across the register. You see what I'm saying? And you're gonna have all the knowledge that you need, but that's not true. You understand? Because to have the mark or whatever in your frontlets and in your hand is to have the power of the Most High. So when you get ready to kill, you have the power with your right hand, and to have it in your head is to have the knowledge of the laws, statutes, and commandments, and know that Christ ain't coming back to save everybody. You got something to bring up?
Kind of, sir. It's just one of those thoughts that the mark of the beast will provide is thinking that men shouldn't be masculine, especially Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, that they shouldn't be masculine. You understand what I'm saying? And part of one of those things about being masculine is that saying what needs to be said. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why it's so important that in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, that the Commander General YAHANNA, man, he teaches us the spirit of the true spirit of what a righteous priest and prophet of the Lord is supposed to possess, man. And that's the Holy Spirit. And that Holy Spirit is just the zeal of the Most High. That zeal is to bring out the wrong, the shame that's being done unto your people, to try to wake your people up out of the foolish and dead condition that we're in, man. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like being, pushing that homosexuality, pushing, making men effeminate. You understand what I'm saying? That's one of the worst vices inside that Christian church. That's binding up the strong men in the house, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like it, sir.
All right, go ahead. But this right here is a precept, like you just used the word bind. You see what I'm saying? But in this scripture right here, we're gonna go into it. Go ahead, what you got?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 8. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and thou shalt be as frontlets between thine eyes.
You understand? So that's a precept to go upon what we just read in Revelation chapter 13, verse 17. You understand? So when you go to Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 18, you're gonna get a better whole as a concept as to what it's really talking about.
Start at verse
4. 11 and 18, I'll go back.
Deuteronomy 6, start at verse 4.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Verse 5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. Verse 6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. Verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and thou shalt talk to them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. Verse 8, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes.
What you have to understand is when it's talking about that, it's talking about the work of the Lord. Understand the law, statutes, and commandments isn't just reading. You
Right.
understand? It's action. You understand? So the mark in your hand is the action that you take, whether it's the mark of the beast or the mark of the Lord. You understand? And it's talking about in the forefront of your mind, you understand, the frontlets of your mind, it's talking about your thoughts as a man thinking, so he is. You know what I'm saying? What you occupy your thoughts and your mind space with, that's what you would be. Go to Psalms 1 and 1.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to. I mean, I know you know breaking down things of that nature. Like when you pull Deuteronomy 6 and 8, you have to clarify. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's good to give context leading up to that. You just pull Deuteronomy 6 and 8. Like, okay, well, shoot, that sounds like the mark of the beast to me. You know what I'm saying? You read the same thing there, but you have to show what the difference is, the dichotomy of the two. You know what I'm saying? Read Psalms 1 and 1.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Verse 2, but he delight in the law of the Lord, and in his law doeth he meditate night and day.
So that's what he's talking about in verse 8, where it says the frontlets between the eyes. You know what I'm saying? If your thoughts, what your thoughts are on day and night, your thoughts are on wickedness day and night, that's what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If all you thinking about is smoking weed, you know what I'm saying, partying, bullshitting, you know what I'm saying, that's what you gonna do. You understand? If your thoughts and your minds are on doing the work of the Lord day and night, like the brothers in Israelite schooling versus practical knowledge, the tree is known by its fruit. You know what I'm saying? We out here feeding people, clothing people, building a school up, building our people up. You understand? So as a man thinking, so he is.
All right, give me Ezekiel. Most High in Christ, give it up for Officer Tazadot one time. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go to Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 8. We're going to expound upon this right here. You got it out? All right, let's go.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 8. As I live, saith the Lord God, surely because my flock become a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no sheep, no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves, and fed not my flock.
Now, when you read that, that sounds like the Christian church. You see what I'm saying? Because we already know that what the beast devour the what? The lamb, right? The sheep, right? The beast of the field, we at the bottom, and everybody is living off of us. You see what I'm saying? They are devouring us, you understand, and giving us a false doctrine, making us believe that we following Christ when we following a lie. That's right. You understand? Because it's the blind leading the blind in the Christian church. The only way you're going to come into the truth or whatever and be led in the right way is by coming in the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. That's the only way you're going to get the knowledge that you need to be a man in this world. You understand? And stop being so damn wicked while you was in the world. That's the only thing that's going to change your life. The Christian church, no matter how many times they drown you in the water, you understand, the priests, you know, circumcise the baby, whatever they do, you understand, this homosexuality, you understand, you're not going to get what you need until you come into the truth, until you follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. Like the other one said, you understand, what you think is what you do. You understand? If you're going to think wickedness and do wickedness, or you're going to think righteousness and do righteousness. You understand? There's no lukewarm. You understand? You either hot or cold. There's no in between. You understand? It's not like the Christian church, what they tell you can do is come and just bow down and thank and ask for forgiveness, and the Lord gonna forgive you. It don't work out like that. You know what I'm saying? Give me 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4. Because this is what the Christian church do. They worship different gods. You see what I'm saying? They worship another God. But we know what we worship. And we know that we worship Yahweh Shawah Mashiach, and we worship Yahweh. You understand? Which is God, which is our God. You understand? He's a jealous God. You understand? He gets jealous when you want to follow Caesar Borgia. You understand? And do what you want to do. You understand? He's not hearing you. Your prayers are abomination. If you're not keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments, read what you got, huh?
It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel, which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him.
That's something that we do every Sabbath. When you go out to camp and you bringing out the truth, you understand, and you telling your brother and your sister that's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that Christ is a black man, and to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, what they say? They say, oh, nah, I'm going to church tomorrow. You understand? But that's Paul talking to the Corinthians, telling them that you need to bear with them. You understand? That's what we do. We got to bear with what everybody else say, knowing that it's false doctrine, knowing that what they saying is not the truth. You understand? You can't get mad at that brother. You have to bear with them and tell them, look, this is what you need to be doing. You understand? You clear yourself of sin by telling them that they're doing the wrong thing. If you don't tell them that they're doing the wrong thing, you're just as wrong as them. You're committing sin too. But when you let them know that, hey, brother, hey, sister, you're doing the wrong thing. You don't need to be doing this. You need to come into the Israelite school or universal practical knowledge and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Think in righteousness. Come out of the world. That's why this Revelation, I'm paraphrasing, it said, come up out of here. You understand? Come up out of the world and come into the truth and become a man and become a real woman of the Lord. Because his laws are not grievous. But the Christian church make you think that, oh, man, I can't do it. Matter of fact, to go on top of that, give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 37, verse 21 and 22. And we're going to get down to it some more, man, because every Christian church worships Caesar Borgia, man. And every Catholic church worship who? They worship Mary. That's why you got all the Hispanics, Issachar, you understand, they go thinking that they doing the right thing and they worship their woman more than anything else. Ecclesiasticus chapter 37, verse 21 through 21 to 22.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 37, verse 21. For grace is not given him from the Lord, because he is deprived of all wisdom.
Okay, and I'm gonna bring down a precept later on or whatever, but when it's saying that he is deprived of all wisdom, he's talking about everybody that's not in the truth, man. You understand? He's talking about the devil. You see what I'm saying? Because the devil put out that what? God loved everybody, right? And he put that in every Christian church and every Roman Catholicism. It's all over the world. You understand that God loved everybody. You see what I'm saying? And who put that out? The white man. You see what I'm saying? But he is deprived of wisdom. You understand? The only people that can break this stuff down is the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. You see what I'm saying? You got to be the 144,000. You have to be from the 12 tribes of Israel to understand what this Bible is talking about, what this doctrine really is. You see what I'm saying? But the white man and everybody else in the world, they are deprived of wisdom. Keep reading.
Verse 22. Another is wise to himself, and the fruits of understanding are commendable in his mouth.
That sounds like the Christian pastor to me. You understand? Because it says what? Another is wise to himself. You see what I'm saying? The white man think he is wise, but he don't know a damn thing. He don't know nothing, Salaki. He don't know anything. He thinks he knows what he's talking about. And if you read Isaiah, I think it's 29 and 13, it says that they'll open the book and say this book is sealed. And that's the favorite thing that the Christian pastor say. He say that the book of Revelation is sealed. And don't nobody know what it's talking about. But in the I.S.U.P.K, we know what it's talking about, and we know what it means. What you got,
If I can I start at 19, sir?
Go ahead.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37, verse 19. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable to himself. Verse 20. There is one that sheweth wisdom in words and is hated. He shall be destitute from all food. In 21 at the top of it, then it says, for grace is not given unto him from the Lord, because he is deprived of all wisdom. So it's like in 21, you know what I'm saying? Like grace is not given, you know what I'm saying? Given him from the Lord. That's a dangerous thing, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And then when we go back into the New Testament, where it tells us about how the God of the Bible would, you know, for people developing a form of godliness, of self, you know what I'm saying? And so you look at that and you see in the Apocrypha, it talks about the same thing, that the God of the Bible is not going to give them grace for leaning onto their own understanding, preaching another Jesus, man. You understand what I'm saying? And making it sound good.
Right.
You know, those words that they speak are only profitable unto them, because the crown that they are, the glory that they are seeking is only given, is a corruptible one. You understand what I'm saying? It's only one to gain accolades in this earth. Right. And which is run by the wicked, man. You understand what I'm saying? So these Uncle Tom coon pastors, man, that are keeping our people deceived, you understand? And it's so crazy nowadays. It's like the real people that we're really fishing for here now in the truth don't even go to the Christian churches anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Like those people that are there now are just lost. You understand what I'm saying? Like they want their blessing before our King returns. Right. You understand what I'm saying? They like J.G. Wentworth, man. They want their money and they want it now, man. You understand what I'm saying? They are fleshly, carnal people, man. You understand what I'm saying? And Commander YAHANNA would say all the time, man, the black Hispanic Native American person that is on the street, homeless and cracked out is better than any woman, pastor, or preacher that is in that Christian church today, man. You understand what I'm saying? Those people are, the God of the Bible won't give them grace, man. You understand what I'm saying? The words that they speak is only profitable unto themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Because to be in Christianity and to love Christianity and to teach that Jesus is only profitable unto you. You understand what I'm saying? It's only for people to plant a seed in your ministry. You understand what I'm saying? They are wicked, man. And this is why the only refuge for the sheep of the Most High, man, is in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge.
No sweat. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1 and 2.
6.
And then it's gonna piggyback off what off of the Tazadat, you understand, brought out, you understand, earlier. And I believe that was what Deuteronomy
chapter 6, verse 4.
It's gonna piggyback on what he brought out earlier. The next one. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 1. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Meaning what? No matter where you go, no matter what you do, you understand? Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Even in captivity.
That's right.
Even in rulership.
That's right.
Even in anything you do. Let no man fool you in vain or deceit. You understand? To make you think that what you're doing is not of the Lord.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You have to believe that what you are doing is the right thing. You understand? And it's not being in the Christian church, because my mama tell me, my father tell me, my grandmother tell me, my uncle tell me that I'm in a cult.
Right.
You understand? But they are in the word because they go to the Christian church every Sunday and worship the sun God.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But I know that what I'm doing is the right thing. And I know I'm doing what Christ wants me to do.
That's right.
You understand? I'm not doing things of the world. I'm doing things of what Christ would want me to do and what my forefathers did.
That's right.
Read the next verse, huh?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 2, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son's son, all the days of thy life, that thy days may be prolonged.
Meaning what? The way to eternal life is to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, right?
Right.
And the number one commandment is to do what? Fear the Lord. Because if you don't fear the Lord, you're going to go out there and do what you want to do. You're going to do things of the world. But when you fear the Lord, you're going to keep those laws, statutes, and commandments. Because what Adam and Eve do when they heard the Lord coming, speaking, and walking through the garden? They went and ran and hid.
That's right.
Because they knew what they were doing was not of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? They knew what they doing wasn't right. So what you think you're going to do when you hear the Lord speaking to you? You might die.
Right.
You might have a heart attack.
That's right.
You know, his voice is of what? Many waters.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? It's going to be so loud, you might just pass out. Like, what is this? I don't even know. It might sound like a train finna hit you.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why you need to fear the Lord, because if you fear the Lord, you're going to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, because you want to do what? What's the number one thing you want to do you want to make your father proud?
That's right.
You want to make your father that's here on earth proud. You understand? And you want to make your father in heaven what? Proud. You want him to be proud of you. You understand? Because those angels are writing down every single thing that you are doing.
That's right.
You understand? And when it's your judgment time or whatever, you have to account for everything that you did, good or bad. You understand? Go ahead.
Salaki, if I may. Another important part in verse 2 is that it says, command thee to thy son and thy son's son, man. So that's right, sir. So you understand what I'm saying? So this is what frees you by getting into the I.S.U.P.K under the Commander General YAHANNA, man. You get the understanding back that this Bible is your history book, man.
Right.
And it is the knowledge of your forefathers, man. You understand what I'm saying? The earth is so big on, your family has an heirloom. You understand what I'm saying? Let's pass this down. Let's pass this car down. Let's pass something worldly down. Let's pass something, you understand what I'm saying? But this Bible, by me teaching my son that you are a descendant of a slave, you understand what I'm saying? But you are really of the nation of Israel, and it's your job to rule this earth, and that all you have to do is keep these laws, statutes, and judgments, and I'm going to tell you about them. You understand what I'm saying? Not only I'm going to tell you about them, is I'm going to show you about them, how to walk them out. And not only am I going to show you how to walk them out, I'm going to bring you up to this school where you're going to see other men that know how to walk this out. You understand what I'm saying? So, it develops a real environment, the real village in which you're supposed to rear your children, man. And then by them keeping that, they see how these commandments have brought you life. You understand what I'm saying? They keep that and they know, look, if I do what my daddy did, or if I do what one of the other Ottawanium did in the school that my dad brought me to, it's going to bring me life. So I'm going to teach this to my children. And this is the heirloom that will pass down. You understand what I'm saying? So, and this is what prolongs our life. This is what keeps us in rulership, because that's the inheritance. That's what needs to be passed down, that we are free people, man. That with this freedom And this understanding, the God of the Bible is only going to have our back. And if anybody that rises up against you as an enemy unto you and you're keeping these commandments, they're going to be an enemy of the Most High, man. He's going to fight our battles, man. The only thing we got to fight is our flesh.
Right.
So like,
And what the brothers bringing out is heavy because your flesh is what? Older than your spirit. You understand? Think about it. If I came into the truth 3 years ago. You see what I'm saying? And my flesh was what? 29 years old. You see what I'm saying? And my spirit is 3 years old. You understand? So every day it's a battle between what? My spirit and my flesh. You understand? When you go through stuff, your flesh say, hey man, go smoke. You understand? Go drink till you pass out. You understand? Go hit your wife because she getting on your nerves. See what I'm saying? But your spirit, when you in this book and you understand the laws, statutes, and commandments, and you love your sister, you understand? Your wife is your sister. So you don't want to go out and be hitting on your sister. Right. You don't want to treat your sister bad because that's your neighbor, you know? She in the true bitchy, right? Y'all won. You see what I'm saying? So you have to what? Bring them up in the truth. And you can't treat them the same way that you would treat somebody else in the world. And you can't treat people in the world the same way that you would as you were in the world. Because you got to treat them what? With love. You understand? And love is an action word. You see what I'm saying? And love is keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And teaching our brothers and sisters. Also, when it says teaching thy sons, you have to break those generational curses. Right. It's a generational curse, right? That Esau put on the slaves, right? And that's been going perpetual through generation, right? And when you come into the truth, that's when you stop that. Because when you teach your kids, you're going to teach your kids that, hey, you're not going to church on Sunday. You're not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You see what I'm saying? You're keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And you're going to love your brother and your sister, and you're not going to treat them any other kind of way. You understand? And if you're not paying attention, the world is soon coming to the end. Because Trump's ego is bigger than anything else on earth right now. He think that a wall means more, you understand, than paying people that's going to work every day. You see what I'm saying? And I've been seeing stuff about people at the jails not even going to work right now. Right. Like people in the military, you got to do it. And they're not even getting paid. Right. Hell, I was in the military and it went a government strike. We didn't get paid. Right. You see what I'm saying? So what you think all these people gonna do, man? When everything hit the fan and white folks complaining the most because they saying, oh man, we can't pay our bills. I can't pay my car note. I can't pay my mortgage. But Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we go through that every day. That's right. Every first of the month, we got to figure out how we going to pay our bills. That's right. We got to figure out, we live paycheck to paycheck. You see what I'm saying? But when it's uncomfortable for the white man, then it get blown up. That's right. You see what I'm saying? The white man, he going to throw himself out the building because he can't. We the only people that can smile and laugh, man, while we going through hell, man. That's right. Nobody else can do that. We the only people that can get together, have a barbecue, and laugh and joke. You understand? And we don't even know how we're gonna pay our bills next week. That's right. See what I'm saying? That's how you know that we are stronger. That what the Lord chose us above all nations. That's right. You see what I'm saying? Because we can deal with it. That's right. You see what I'm saying? But they can't. What you gonna bring out, huh?
Salaki, I was gonna bring out something about that wall, man. And Commander Junior YAHANNA, man, he brought out something so heavy. Mm-hmm. You know, Trump Jr. He brought out the aspect of, what makes the zoo so safe is that you have a wall. You understand what I'm saying? This is why you can have a good time watching wild animals, man, because there's a wall to protect you from them and yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So he's comparing our people that are trying to come up from the hellhole that he created in Central and South America. You understand what I'm saying? And calling them zoo animals, man. You understand what I'm saying? They can't enjoy their heaven at the Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California border because they're worried about the animals that they supposedly call animals down in Mexico and in the southern countries under the U.S., right? They're animals, man. You understand what I'm saying? So it's okay for them to get gassed at the border. It's okay for them to watch our Hispanic women try to jump the wall and get impaled by rebar in front of their own children. You understand what I'm saying? Just build a wall, man. We can keep them animals back. You understand what I'm saying? This is why the white man is the goddamn devil, man. This is how they feel about our people, man. They call our people animals. Donald Trump, on the day he got elected, man, called the Hispanics, the so-called, the Israelite, the so-called Mexicans, rapists and drug dealers, man.
Go ahead, sir. When it's all said and done, the white man is afraid that what Hispanics is gonna do to them what they did to us.
Right.
Because when the white man came over here, what did he do? He killed Native American Indians. You see what I'm saying? He killed their women. He raped them. He killed their children. They are just afraid of what they gonna do to them.
Right.
That's what it. When it's all said and done, they are afraid. They are afraid of us.
Right.
That's why you got them killing innocent black men in the car, putting guns on us because they are afraid of us. We like the Incredible Hulk, and they like a man just walking around.
Right.
Because we better than them at everything. I watched that Shut Up and Dribble.
Right.
Or whatever,
night.
right?
Good night.
And that was just, man, it was ridiculous, man.
That's right.
White people stopped going to see basketball players because there was more black people than white people playing the game. But black people was better than the white people.
Right.
We invented the fast break. You know,
Right.
we invented dunking.
The alley-oop.
We invented all of that. What did white people invent? Just money to give us to play for them. That's it. But we made the sport popular. We are the salt of the earth. You see what I'm saying? That's why the white man is the devil, man. We are better than him at everything. That's why he does not want to go toe-to-toe to war with us, man. Because we're going to win. We are. We are the Lord's chosen people. And when we rule this earth, it's going to be glorious.
That's right.
Because we have what? Understanding. You see what I'm saying? They don't.
Right.
Give me Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Salaki. It just made me sick to my stomach, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they treat us like we nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? And we are, man, we worth more than gold. They took everything from us, and they just afraid of it happening to them. We already outnumber them. That's why they opened up Planned Parenthood to kill off our babies. And what our sisters go do? Go have abortions. Go kill their babies. You see what I'm saying? When we don't die, we multiply. And when we do die, what? We multiply. It's another one born. When one die, when one go up, another one come down. That's it.
Right.
Go ahead, Al.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect of the will of Yahweh.
See what I'm saying? Come up out of the world. You understand? When you come up out of the world, when you come into the truth, like baptism is not you being dumped in the water. That's not a baptism. Baptism is when you come into the truth and you understand the word of Yahweh, our God. You understand? And you know the truth. You know that, you understand, you're not supposed to eat this. You got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? That's when you realize Christ is a black man. You understand? That's being born again. That's the renewing of your mind. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not thinking as you were in the world. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say, as a man thinketh, so a man do. You see what I'm saying? But when you think of this righteousness and you think about your brothers more than yourself, you understand? That's the will of the Most High. See what I'm saying? Like, if we had more brothers and sisters in this truth, we'll come up out of the condition that we're in. We had everybody to leave the Christian church, leave Roman Catholicism, leave just all of that. Islamic, all that. You see what I'm saying? Like, leave all that. Quit kissing the rock, quit worshiping wood. You see what I'm saying? Like, we'll be out of the condition that we're in because we'll have love for one another. You see what I'm saying? It's not I'm better than him, or she thinks she better than me, or I got more money than him, or she got, it ain't none of that. You see what I'm saying? Because we care about each other. I'm not gonna let no brother live on the street if I got money in my pocket, man. If I got money in my pocket and that brother hungry, I'm gonna make sure that brother got some food.
Right.
If that brother kids need clothes for school or whatever, and I got money, I'm gonna make sure that brother got some money to give his kids some money so they can have some clothes, man. See what I'm saying? Because I love my brother. And there's no greater sacrifice than a man to lay his life down for a brother. Because Christ did it for all of us. And we don't even deserve it. Because you got people in the Christian church. That was the covenant. That was the new covenant when Christ died for our sins. Christ don't even know us today, but he died for our sins, right? So that we can have grace abound, so we can have a chance to change, come into the truth, you see what I'm saying, and become better men and women. He did that for us. And we got people in the Christian church, man. You got the pastor. So like,
Go ahead, sir.
Man, I had a recent death in the family, right? So I go to the funeral and the pastor bring out Job 1:1. And I'm sitting in there. I got my fringes on. I got my war scarf on. He looking at me. I'm looking at him. And I'm looking at him like, yep. You full of it.
Right.
I ain't gonna curse. I said, I'm looking at him like, yeah, you know you full of it. And the whole time, he started to speak in tongues. And I looked at him. He got quiet. But how you gonna say that? How you compare Job to a man that was in the world? And he did. How you gonna compare the two?
Good night.
The Christian pastor straight up sat up there and said, really, he didn't even read the first scripture of Job 1:1. You understand? He just said Job 1:1. He said Job was a just man. And he freestyled the rest of it. He didn't read no scriptures, no nothing. He just said Job 1:1 and made it like that man was perfect. You know what I'm saying? Just like Job. How you gonna say that and you not even perfect? And right after the funeral, what they do? Eating some pork sausage, man. And then they say, hey, you want to eat? I was like, nah, I'm good. It's pork touching the chicken. It's pork touching this. And they looked at me crazy. You see what I'm saying? But that's how the blind leading the blind in the Christian church, man. That's how they think that they mark of the beast is what? A damn chip. That's why they think what they do is right. You understand? When they're living a lie, they're worshiping a false image of Christ. And the Christian pastor straight said Job 1:1, man, to a brother that died, man. And compared Job, this brother even went as far as to say, he said that Christ took Salakia. He said that Yahweh took everything from Job. And Job, what? Was a just man. And he kept the laws, statutes, and commandments, right? But I know for a fact that the brother that died wasn't even in the truth. And he went to church. He drove the church van. You see what I'm saying? So, like, how can you compare the two? That's why I'm looking at him the whole time like, bro, you full of it, man. I was in the front row looking at him like, hey, bro, you full of it. Like, I know the truth. I know that what you saying right now is a lie.
Right.
And was dead serious. Speaking in tongues, man. Spoke in tongues. You see what I'm saying? But we both know that when people speak in tongues, it has to be an interpreter, right? So you understand what they're saying, right? Not only is that, you speaking in other languages, right? But you speaking in language that people can understand.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's from other nations.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what speaking in tongues is. Speaking in tongues about the older shalom, it ain't none of that. And that's what the hell he was doing up there. And then he had all the other pastors standing behind him. They all look like homosexuals, man. They all look like homosexuals up there. Had the robe on with the crosses on it and everything. homosexuals, man. That's how they look.
Gay appearance.
Real talk. they like the new Kirk Franklin up there. I don't even recognize him right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, he not doing the church doing him.
Right. Good night.
It's just ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? But that's like I said, like when Paul was talking to the Corinthians, he said we have to bear with them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I had to sit there and bear to hear all of that, knowing that that was a lie.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They even had a white man come up there and talk.
Good night.
You see what I'm saying? And they worship Caesar Borgia, man, but we know what we worship. We worship what? Our King Yahweh, right? And Yahweh Mashiach, Jesus Christ. You see what I'm saying? In the words, what they call him, but we call him Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what they do. Go ahead,
If I may, to speak on to the point about being a brother, man. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what keeps every man in the Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge, no matter their rank, man. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just going to keep reading verse 3 of Romans chapter 12, and it says, "For I say, though the grace given unto me to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according to Yahweh, according as God Yahweh hath dealt to every man the measure of faith." You understand what I'm saying? So every man in here in this I.S.U.P.K understands that you can't get high-minded. You understand what I'm saying? You can't get to the point to where, okay, well, you get to feeling yourself, man, to the point to where you can't be a brother, man. You understand what I'm saying? To the point to where you can't look at another brother or most important, man, treat him like a brother. Treat that brother with respect, man. You understand what I'm saying? Be righteous when giving orders if you're a higher ranking man. You understand what I'm saying? Understanding the fact that you were there. Like Commander Junior YAHANNA says, the generals were the best troopers. You understand what I'm saying? You understand the aspect of being a master means you are a servant first, man. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So when you take verse 3 into great understanding and understand that, you know what I'm saying, that the Most High has dealt to every man a measure of faith. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody has a measure, understanding. You understand what I'm saying? That it's not lawful to think more highly of yourself than the next brother. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So that was to land back off what you had brought out about being a brother, man. It's the only weapon we got, man. In this captivity, man, and it cannot be stressed enough, man. This is the only thing we got, man, to take care of one another, because the world hates us, man. It is literally Israel against everybody, man. The I.S.U.P.K against everybody. That's it.
You good, give me your 1 John chapter 4, verse 1 through 3. Yeah. And this how I felt when I was in I had Christians coming up to me, asking me what I believe, what I do. And the killing part about it, they know Christ is a black man.
Right.
Like they know. Like they know. And I told this brother, I said, man, I hate what God hates. You know what I'm saying? I put out Romans 9:13. I said, well, he loved Jacob, but he hated Esau, right? That's right. You know what I'm saying? I said that, right? So he gonna tell me, man, you know what? When I used to hang around brothers like that, you know what I'm saying? And when I hated the white man for what he did to us, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't making no money. I was at the bottom. But the minute I quit hanging around them, you know what I'm saying? I started making money. The Lord blessed me. I looked at him. I said, you think the Lord blessed you because of that, man? I said, you was never in the truth.
Right.
But we going to dive into it more. Read what you got,
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 1 through 3. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are going out into the world.
Good night. The subtile beast of the field, right? When the Lord made what? He said what? You're gonna put you on your belly, right? And you're gonna be in the dust, right? They don't know, they don't have wisdom, they don't have the truth. And there's false prophets out here at every single church. You got the non-denomination, you got the Baptist, you got the Church of Christ, you got like all these different names of different churches, man. That ain't got nothing to do with Christ. That still do what they want to do, right? Because of what? They do what they feel is right, what is commendable out of their own mouth. It's what they do. And that's not of the Lord. You understand? It's the blind leading the blind, right? That's why it says that what? He said that his flock are prey. You know what I'm saying? Upon the beasts of the field. That's why the beasts of the field are able to devour us, keep us at the bottom, because we don't have the knowledge. Hosea 4:6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because we don't know. You see what I'm saying? Because of what? False prophets that's going out into the world. That's why it says you have to try the spirit. You have to see if they know what the hell they're talking about.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Can't nobody come up to nobody in the I.S.U.P.K, man, and tell us anything. Because we don't tell you what we feel. We tell you what we know.
That's right.
We prove all things. You see what I'm saying? Whereas people in the world, they go off they feeling. You see what I'm saying? I feel like the Lord, changed things so I could do this.
That's right.
Instead of going off what the Lord said in the book.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? They go off what they feel. I feel it in the atmosphere.
Right.
You don't feel nothing. You
Right.
think you feel them in the atmosphere. You feel like demon in the atmosphere.
Good night.
You said that's what you feel? What you got, huh?
Salaki.
If I may. And what's so crucial about that curse that he gave that serpent, man, he told him on his belly, you understand what I'm saying? That's a low condition. That's a low state.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And if you notice that spirit of the serpent is only found in the so-called white man, right? Captain Kaptazar brought out this point. It was so crucial, man. He said the white man was the only nation who he descends from, the nation of Edom. He's the only nation that have conquered and went throughout the whole earth with great slaughter, man. You understand what I'm saying? He's the only one that has gone to a nation of people and just talked them out of their land.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And that goes back to that scripture, was it Psalm 55, where his words are smooth as butter? You see what I'm saying? And his words are as smooth as butter, man, but there's war in his heart. That is a serpent. You see what I'm saying? To be able to come to you, just like what the Christian pastor does. He'll come to you, man, with that smooth tongue. You understand what I'm saying? But his intentions are only to get whatever he can get out of you and send you on your way. That's the spirit of the serpent. That's the spirit that the so-called white man possesses in this earth, man. You understand what I'm saying? The president of the Philippines, he got on the news outlets, on national news outlets, and he got on there and he said, America, you try to be the moral conscience of the earth, but you are only hypocrites. So the country where Manny Pacquiao's from, right? He raised, I'm sure it was all controversial. They don't really care about the Philippines, but it was just to bring attraction to the fight. Because Manny Pacquiao is going to fight Adrian Broner. But he even brought out in the news that America needs to stop being hypocrites, man.
Damn right.
You understand what I'm saying? So every other nation on the face of the earth knows and understands that the white man is the goddamn devil.
Right.
They know he lies. They know he steals. They know he will take your land right up under you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? He even talked about how they got boots on ground in Iraq, in Vietnam, in Korea. He brought all that out. You understand what I'm saying? So only a serpent will get on TV and tell his people that, we're going to fight for the rights of for the freedoms that you have here in America today. And we're not free. Damn sure the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans aren't free. You understand what I'm saying? But all they did was In Iraq, they go fight for the oil. All they did in the Vietnam War is go fight for some tin, metal, minerals. You understand what I'm saying? And all they did was they went and killed Gaddafi so he wouldn't establish a bank system that would cripple the Federal Bank Reserve. You understand what I'm saying? So the white man is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. And the sooner our people understand that and get into this Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge, man, and learn the knowledge of their true self and their true identity, and start loving their brothers and sisters again, man, like Officer Amawashiala said, man, Christ will return, man. He's just looking for a nation of people, his people, to love their damn selves again. So like it, sir.
And just piggyback off you said, you said Edom. Give me a Obadiah, verse 8. You know what I'm saying? Because you brought out every point when you said Edom. You understand? Edom, which we know is the white man, which we know is an Edomite. You see what I'm saying? Because he got to pay for what he did, man.
That's right.
You understand? And white people think that what? They think now because they don't own slaves, they think that, you know what I'm saying, that they just free.
Right.
You understand? When you got to pay for the sins of your forefathers.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You're not free. The only way the Lord gonna have mercy on you if you do Isaiah 49:23. You understand? And the Lord might have mercy upon you and kill you quick. You see what I'm saying? Are you gonna be a damn slave? You see what I'm saying? That's the only thing. Read that out.
This is the book of Obadiah, verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau.
The Lord is going to destroy Edom, even the wise men. Even the wise men, like you said, his words are smooth as butter.
That's right.
It ain't gonna be too smooth to get past the Lord.
That's right.
It ain't gonna be that damn smooth. You understand? And the white man, that's why the Lord put him in the dust.
Right.
That's why he don't understand the Bible. He doesn't understand anything in the Bible. Because if he understood anything, which some of them do understand, they just what? Teaching us that what? God love everybody. That's why they favorite scriptures what? John 3:16.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? But we are ignorant to the fact that he's not talking about everybody in the world. You understand?
Right.
Read the next verse, man.
It's the book of Obadiah, verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end of everyone of the mount of Esau, may be cut off by slaughter.
Nah, they're gonna be cut off, but nah, you can just leave the land, man.
Be cut off by slaughter.
They're going to be killed, man.
That's right.
You understand? They're going to be cut off by slaughter.
Right.
And you want to know why? Read the next one.
It's the book of Obadiah, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
They're going to be cut off forever. You understand? Forever means what? Perpetual, which is everlasting. Meaning that once they're not in rulership anymore, they're not going to ever be in rulership again.
That's right.
We are going to rule the earth forever.
That's right.
And ever. You understand? That's why the what's that? Rome fell, Alexander the Great. You understand? That's why the Greeks fell. That's why the Persians fell. That's why everybody else fell. You understand? Because the Lord took them out. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the Lord is going to do to America. You see what I'm saying? Everything is named after a white man. You understand? Even Africa is named after a white man. I think it was like Africanus, something like that. You see what I'm saying? Scipio Africanus. Salaki, if I jacked it up. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
He white. He a damn devil. So we ain't trying to get it right. Get out one hand, man. Damn right. We don't give a damn. You understand? And even America is named after a white man too. You see what I'm saying? But we thinking that what? We in the home of the free, home of the brave. You understand? The only thing that's brave is the white man keeping you in chains.
Right.
You understand? Because how you free when we have the largest prison system?
Right.
Out of the whole world, it's more people in jail in the USA.
Per capita.
Per capita. You see what I'm saying? That don't even make no sense. Read the next verse, huh?
It's the book of Obadiah, verse 11. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast as one of them.
See what I'm saying? He watched other foreigners, right, come into our land, right, and take us off on ships, man.
Good night.
You understand? And that's just piggybacking off of Deuteronomy chapter 68. You understand? Well, we was like, what? We was cursed. And it says that we'll be what? Brought over on ships, right? With yokes of iron upon thy neck. You see what I'm saying? That's how you know. That's why in the book, in the Bible, you have to go precept upon precept, man. Line upon line, right? A little here, a little there. You see what I'm saying? That's why you can't go in the Christian church and let the pastor freestyle off 3 scriptures and tell you what it is. Like that pastor freestyle off 1 scripture and ain't read another scripture. You see what I'm saying? That's why he is going to be slaughtered. You see what I'm saying? His people that's walking this earth today are going to be slaughtered. And I can't wait because that's going to be the revenge of the wicked. That's going to be our revenge because what? The vengeance is of the Lord, right? But that's going to be our reward is seeing them slaughtered for what they did to our people. How many Africans, Salakia, how many Israelites you think is on the bottom of the ocean right now that died because they thought that what? Death was better than what? Being in bond, right? How many Africans, Salakia, how many brothers and sisters you think died because they didn't want to eat? Because they didn't want to eat no pork, no pig intestines, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, they're going to pay for all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait. Like, I can't wait to grab their babies by the feet, right? And throw their head up against a stone, man. Use their babies as alligator bait. But the alligators probably don't even want them. You know what I'm saying? But I can't wait till that day. Let's go back to, go ahead. But after you get done, let's go back to 1 John 4, verse 2.
So not only did they watch other nations carry us in and out of our land, but also they killed us when we came out of Egypt, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The descendants of Esau, his son Amalek, and his nation, they picked our elderly and our young off, man, that were behind the caravan, man. You see what I'm saying? So for all that violence, man, they gotta go, brother. Period, point blank.
Read verse 2.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 2. Hereby know ye the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesseth that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is of God.
You understand? That's why if you know the spirit of our King Yahweh, you understand? You know a brother that's in the truth when you talk to him. You know a brother in the UPK when you see him and when you talk to him, right? Because he's one West.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? He got fringes on. He ain't got no shirt with no fringes on. He not dressed in purple. You know what I'm saying? He's one West. You know that a white man is not going to be one West. You know, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are one West. You know, when you see a brother in all black, you know he's a trooper, right? Like, you know that brother is what? And it's one West, right? Because they can only be one body. You see what I'm saying? Can two walk together unless they be agreed? No. You understand? That's why if you in this truth, man, you here for a reason, man. You see what I'm saying? Because you are wiser than the others that came before you. Because your daddy wasn't wise enough to get in the truth. Your mama wasn't wise enough. You see what I'm saying? That's why they say the young would teach the old. That's why King David said that he understand more, you understand, than the Asians because he kept his precepts. You see what I'm saying? Because he knew more than whoever came before him, even though they were righteous. You see what I'm saying? But what we living in today, we know more than our parents. The people that brought us in this earth, we know more than them.
That's right.
A trooper that's in the school for 3 months know more than their mother and father.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Because they understand the truth. They are born again. They know to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That's why you are what? You're able to tell the Spirit of God upon any man. Because of what he say, how he greets you. You see what I'm saying? You understand that. Read the next verse, huh?
Okay.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 3. And every spirit that confesses not that YAHANNA is come in the flesh is not of God. And this is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world.
That sounds like Christianity to me right there, man. What that sound like to you, huh?
Yeah, that's Christianity.
That's Christianity right there, all day, every day. Because what they teach you with the rapture. Brother, what you think the rapture is? Yeah.
That's when God said that, right?
Did you know that rapture means pleasure?
That's right.
Did you know that? Did like what's R. Kelly? Well, I ain't gonna R. Kelly, he doing his thing right now and everything, you know what I'm saying? But when they saying they're gonna come give you the rapture, is it in the Bible dictionary? Check it out. You understand? But rapture means what? Pleasure. You see what I'm saying? That's how Christianity has us fooled, brother. You see what I'm saying? They got us thinking that the rapture ain't no such thing. Ain't no Antichrist gonna come down and you gonna have 7 days to, you know what I'm saying, convert to this and that. That's all the white man's doctrine. You see what I'm saying? But that's how destroyed that our people are, man. You see what I'm saying? Because they think that the rapture is the Lord coming back and killing everything, man. Exactly. And that's not true, man. That couldn't be further from the truth, man. You see what I'm saying? Because if you read the book, I think it's the book of 2nd Esdras. I'll give it to you at the class. I think it's like chapter 15, 22 and 28. You see what I'm saying? Esdras had a dream, and he asked, Yahweh to show him a vision of, what was going to happen. You see what I'm saying? And if you read that or whatever, it's going to show you everything that's going to happen. Where it's going to be it's going to be famine, like starvation, pestilences. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be sickness. It's going to be all of that. You see what I'm saying? And that's where we're going to see the revenge of the wicked. You see what I'm saying? We're going to see, because the Lord, when everything's going crazy, the Lord is going to protect us with his wing. You're going to be covered. You see what I'm saying? So while everybody's dying, if you in this truth, man, you're going to be A-okay or whatever, right? Because it says, woe to them that are dead, but even more woe to them that are left behind. You see what I'm saying? Because it's even more woe to them that are left behind, because they're going to deal with, man, it says that you're going to want to see a man and you're not going to be able to find one. You see what I'm saying? Because it's only going to be what? 144,000. You see what I'm saying? That's it. And the white man think that he's going to be all right in the rocks, underground, and all that. Like, he's going to die. You got that, brother? All right, no sweat, man. If you ain't got it, man, just give me Matthew chapter 10, verse 5 through 7. And just look it up on your phone if you Google it. You see what I'm saying? If you Google it, rapture is pleasure. You understand? You're not having no pleasure. But you have pleasure you with your rib. You understand? But other than that, man, like the rapture, ain't nothing good coming from that, man. You don't want to be the one that's in the world when Christ come back. You see what I'm saying? Salakia, Khan, give me 10, verse 5 through 7.
Khan. The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Yahweh sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans.
Go not in the way of the Gentiles. Gentiles is anybody that's not in the truth, that's your brother or your sister. You see what I'm saying? Any black, Hispanic, or Native American that's not in this truth, they are Gentiles. You know what I'm saying? It's twofold, because it's 2 minutes of Gentile. You see what I'm saying? But for this purpose, you understand, you don't want to follow the Christian church. You don't want to follow Islam. You understand? You don't want to follow anything that's not of the truth. You see what I'm saying? You want to follow everything to the T, because the Christian church teach you that you can't be perfect. You understand? And they teach you that every man falls short. That's all they say. You see what I'm saying? But in the UPK, every man is strong, right? You see what I'm saying? Because we lean on our brothers for the brotherhood, because brotherhood is a weapon. You see what I'm saying? That's why we have strong men and mighty men in the truth. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Read the next verse, right?
Enter ye not, verse 6, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
The lost sheep of the house of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? Keep reading.
Okay, verse 7. As ye go preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
That's what we do every Sabbath, right? When we at camp, you know what I'm saying? We cry aloud. We cry aloud that, hey, stop what you're doing of the world and come into the truth. You understand? And become a better woman and a better man. You see what I'm saying? So you can put the feminine stuff to the side and become a real man. Put all your emotion to the side. Women, stop being emotional. You know what I'm saying? And do the righteous thing. Do what the hell your husband tell you to do. You know what I'm saying? Quit all that talking back. You see what I'm saying? Hey, brother, if you need counsel, call me. I'll help you out. Call Junior Mahana. You see what I'm saying? Call Officer Yatas Call Officer Tazit out. You understand? Because that's what the brotherhood is all about. Because it's brothers that's been in the truth longer than you that's already went through what you're trying to go through right now. You understand? That's why brotherhood is a weapon. Because the same thing that this brother might be struggling with, I struggled with 2 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So I'm able to help that brother out and give him counsel so he can get through whatever it is that he's going through. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's so good about the UPK, man. Because we help each other out. We don't look down upon nobody. We don't think that we mighty or better than anybody. You see what I'm saying? Just give me Acts chapter 7, verse 48. Good night, man. The white man just made me sick to my stomach, man. A lot of people out there just destroyed, man. For real, man. And then they want to, and then the same thing that they did to us back in the day with the crack epidemic, right? The same thing is happening to them right now with heroin and meth and all that. They overdosing and dying off of that. But what they want to do, they want to put their people in recovery. They call it a disease. You understand? And not an addiction. You understand what they call our people? Addicts, crackheads, super predator. That's what Hillary called us, a super predator. You see what I'm saying? So what the hell are they? They the damn devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You damn right. Go ahead,
It's the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as said the prophet.
You understand? So the Most High don't dwell in the churches, man. Christ don't dwell in the church, man. When you think about the church, you think about Caesar Borgia.
Right.
You don't think about a black man. How many churches y'all been to when you saw a black man in the church? How many of y'all heard our Christian pastor say that Christ was a black man? I've never heard it. And when you say it to them, right, they say, oh, it don't matter. Christ is all colors. What the hell?
Transparent. The only transparent man ever walked the earth.
My mama told me Christ was olive. So I said Christ was green.
Right.
Because the color of an olive is what? Green or black, right? Because they got the black olives, right? And they got the olive, but she didn't say black olive. She said olive, right? So you think of olive, I think of green olive with the little red dot on it, right? That's what I'm thinking about.
A martini.
Yeah. So hell, I'm thinking about them East Indians
right.
How they walk around with that little red dot on their head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you think about that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what you think Christ look like?
Good night, man.
You know? They say Christ is any color to me. Christ is whatever color I want him to be.
Right.
What a God we serve. Stop it.
Right. Good
Y'all worshiping Satan.
Right.
You understand? They not worshiping nothing of the Most High.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it makes me sick to my stomach. What's the last one you read before Acts 7 and 48? Did you read 1 John 4 verse 5 to 6? I wish you on a different precept before that.
No, we read 48, chapter 7 in Acts.
Mm-hmm.
We read Matthew.
Give me 1 John chapter 4, verse 5 to 6. Come. Yeah, give me that right there.
4.
Come. Yeah, 1 John chapter 4, verse 5 through 6.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 5. They are in the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. Verse 6. We are of God. He that knoweth God heareth us. He that is not of God heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth, that the spirit and the spirit of error.
That was a heavy precept right there. Right. You know what I'm saying? They straight up say they are of the world, man. And they speak of the world.
That's right.
You understand? Because that's what they was taught, in the world. You understand? But when you come into the truth, you recognize what's real.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And what you speak of, they don't understand what you speak of because they are of the world.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why it's the difference between, you know what I'm saying, like world. You see what I'm saying? Like you can have Sea World, you can have Astro World. Hell, you know, sometimes you tired, you be like, man, you staring off into space. Man, I'm in my own world right now. Man.
Right.
Like, man, I'm tripping, man. I'm in my own world. When what? To be with Christ is to know of the Most High, and you know what you worship. You know what world you in when you worshiping the Most High.
That's right. You
see what I'm saying? You know that he didn't come to save everybody.
That's right.
But he came to save blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Go ahead, huh?
Salaki, if I may, Yahushua was speaking to one man. That one man was Nicodemus in the book of 1 John, right? Salaki, the book of John, chapter 3. You understand what I'm saying? So they were considering that world of the nation of Israel, man. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why it's so important to get into that world of the nation of Israel. That nation of Israel is only found in the I.S.U.P.K. You understand what I'm saying? And where that one body, that one spirit is keeping these laws, statutes, and judgments. For black men to understand that the Commander General YAHANNA is the head of the nation, and understand that the only man above him is Yahushua. And for our men to understand that they have to be men, have to understand to con out on one con and take orders, because it could cost you your life. No, it's going to cost the men of the other people of your nation first. It's going to cost them first. You're going to trouble your people, your brothers and sisters around you first. Then you're going to trouble yourself. Then you're going to trouble your household. You understand what I'm saying? And sisters, understand, you have your husband is your head. You understand what I'm saying? That is the spirit that is in this one blessed body, man. You understand what I'm saying? And the spirit of putting the life of yourself for your people, giving the life for yourself for your people, man. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what makes it so easy to see if this brother is not of the spirit, because that spirit is what Yahushua showed. Yahushua loved the church. You see what I'm saying? Even unto death. He died for the church. So if you don't have that same spirit and you talking about you one West, you're not really one West. You don't possess that spirit. You understand what I'm saying? Every priest and prophet of the Lord gave their life, man. It cost them their life. Every apostle, every disciple, man. The scriptures tell us, and ye shall know that you are my disciples on how you love one another, man. If you don't love a brother or your neighbor or a brother or a sister that look just like you understand what I'm saying? You are not fit for this body, man. You understand what I'm saying? General Muhammad brought out, man, that there are brothers and sisters in this school that he has been with for years, and he will kill. You see what I'm saying? He would not depart with them brothers or them sisters. You understand what I'm saying? Now, unless you just depart, then that's on you. But nobody is taking anybody out of this school. You understand what I'm saying? That's just not going to happen. A war will come down behind that, man. You understand? So
First thing we got to understand that the fight is spiritual. We have counseling, man. You can receive counseling, man. I'm talking about first-class counseling. Counseling that would cost people $100 an hour to pay for, man. $200-300 an hour to pay for. You can get that just with one phone call from General Muhammad, to General Muhammad, man. You can get that. You understand what I'm saying? So we teach our people how to fight spiritually, man. Teach our people that this warfare is not carnal. Your weapons are not carnal. You understand what I'm saying? That is the one body. That is the spirit, man. That is how we know we can look upon a man and see you're not fit for this work. This is not for you. You understand what I'm saying? Shalom.
And not only can you figure out when you look at a man, you can tell by the man's actions. You know what I'm saying? He don't come to class. He don't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell from that. But give me Revelation chapter 7, verse 2-4. See what I'm saying? Because the Most High is not going to destroy anything until he have his 144,000, man. You understand? And that's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. He needs to have his army. You see what I'm saying? He needs to have the Lord's army. Go ahead,
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice, and the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. Verse 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
That's what we're doing right now. See what I'm saying? We getting a little period right now to get everything together before the Most High come and destroy this place. He said it's going to be like a wind. It's going to sweep the whole earth.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why if you go above it, I think it's the first, at the beginning of the chapter, it says that it's It's angels in the four corners of the earth. You see what I'm saying? It's proof in the pudding. Go to the next verse.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
See what I'm saying? It's going to be sealed in our heads. You see what I'm saying? Because we're going to know that we worship our King Yahweh, right? And we worship Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? We're going to know that we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And we're going to be the ones that's going to rule the earth. You see what I'm saying? And everybody that's not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, they're going to be the least in the kingdom.
That's right.
Your work that you do right now is what your kingdom is going to be in the end. The work that you put in right now is going to be what you have. It's going to be the fruits of your labor when he comes back. You see what I'm saying? But he's not coming back to this 144,000. And it's sealed in your head. You understand? That's really what the mark is. Because I was talking about said earlier, what a man thinking, so a man do. You see what I'm saying? What you're thinking in your head is what you're going to do, man. And if you're not doing that, then you living unrighteously, man. You're not doing what the Most High put you on this earth to do. Give me Revelation chapter 14, verse 1.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
See what I'm saying? To have the Most High's name written in your forehead is to have these laws, statutes, and commandments, and living in righteousness and doing the righteous thing, right? Because what is the Lamb? That's Christ. You understand? Christ is going to be on the Mount Zion, and he's going to have 144,000. And that's men. You see what I'm saying? Prepare for war. To do anything that the Most High tells us to do.
That's right.
We're going to be prepared. It's going to be sealed in our hand, and we're going to have the power in our right hand.
That's right.
Right? Because if you have it, if Christ is in your head, right? And if Yahweh is in your head, right? Yahweh is what? Power, right?
That's right.
Allah means what? Power, right?
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? You're going to have the power in your right hand. He's going to give you the power to do anything that you need to do. because he's what? Embedded in your forehead, right? And if he's embedded in your forehead and sealed in your forehead in the frontlets, right? You're going to keep what? His laws, statutes, and commandments, and you're going to do the work on the Most High.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? The proof is in the pudding. But the Christian pastor going to tell you that the book is sealed. You understand? He can't break it down like we can break it down. You understand? Because the only people that can break this stuff down is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. That's in the truth. You see what I'm saying? You have to be weaned from the milk. You see what I'm saying? Being weaned from the milk is being taught as a little one. As you come in as a trooper, you're a little baby, right? And then you become an officer of 50, then 500, 1,000, 5,000, then 10,000, 13,000, and then you move up the ladder. You see what I'm saying? But it's the more knowledge that you know, each level you go up. Because you was weaned off the milk because of what? The people that came before you taught you the truth. Commander General YAHANNA taught General Muhammad, right? General Muhammad taught whoever came after him. Captain Sakawa taught whoever came after him. Captain Tazariot taught whoever came after him. You see what I'm saying? They were weaned from the milk so they could understand this truth. You see what I'm saying? That's what we need to do a better job of. If we build up generations of people in the truth, our kingdom is going to be glorious, right? And it's going to be a perpetual thing, right? It's going to be everlasting. That's why I said what? Teach your sons.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why I think it's what the book of Tobit, I believe, 2nd chapter, verse 4. I believe I'm paraphrasing. I'm not really sure where it says that I'm paraphrasing. That's like the mothers is supposed to be teaching their daughters.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like if we had more mothers bringing their daughters up in the truth, we wouldn't have whores out here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have women talking back. You see what I'm saying? We wouldn't have half the problems we have now. You see what I'm saying? Because their mother would have brought them up in the righteous way. You see what I'm saying? And have them acting as real women out here. But Commander Johnny and Hunter got to teach our women how to be real women. And we got to teach our women how to be real women. Because Commander Johnny and Hunter teaches us how to treat women. But before we came into the truth, he was just like, well, whatever, you tripping, I'm just gonna go get me another woman. You understand? Whereas you learn to what? Keep your wife. You understand? And go through the trials. You gotta go through it. You gotta go through the furnace of affliction. I'm gonna give you the precept for that topic. I got you at the class. And that's why we go through the fire of affliction. So that we can come out, the Lord can mold us in his gold and have us in the perfect form that he wants us to be in. You see what I'm saying? Let's drop that out and hold up. Go ahead to the next one.
Verse 2.
Nah, right, scratch that. Just give me because we already went to Deuteronomy 6, 1 and 2, right? All right, just give me 31 and 19.
Deuteronomy. 31:19.
Come. Yeah, 31 verse 19.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 19. Now therefore write ye this song for you and teach it to the children of Israel. Put it in their mouths with this song, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel.
See what I'm saying? Like I told you earlier, that song is what? When you sing that song, you teaching out what? The law, statutes, and commandments, right? That's what Moses was doing. You see what I'm saying? He was telling the Israelites, hey, yo, keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? That's the only thing that's going to get us up out of this condition that we're in right now. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord did what? Got them out of that condition that they were in. You see what I'm saying? That's why we have to teach our children, so our children teach their children, their children teach their children, and it's just a perpetual thing. Like I'm repeating the same thing over, but I'm doing it in a different verse. You see what I'm saying? A different book. You see what I'm saying? That's how you know that what? This is something that you need to hearken to, and you need to listen to, and that you need to put out to your children so that they can understand. You know what I'm saying? Like my spiritual father is what? My King Yahweh, right? Commander Journey YAHANNA was my other father when I came into the truth. Like my earthly father is what? My father that brought me in this world, right? But when I came into the truth, my father, Commander Journey YAHANNA, weaned me from the milk and taught me how to be an upright man, right? And then I'm following my other father that's in heaven, right? And my king, Yahushua, right? It's like it's a perpetual thing. It's levels to it. You see what I'm saying? What you got, huh?
And Salaki, if I may, just to bring focus to the scripture, man, like the Most High is saying, okay, make this a song. You know what I'm saying? And teach the children of Israel this song, and also that it may be a witness for me against the children of Israel. So that is the blessing and curses, right? The Most High just said, this, make this a song. So they sing this song, but when they go against me, they'll know this song and they'll know the reason why. You understand what I'm saying? When we fall in with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, when we fall into captivity, we know the reason why we fallen into captivity. Because we are not keeping the laws, statutes, and judgments of the Most High. So when we sing that song that's here, right? The same song that will be sung in the book of Revelations as it told it with the Lamb on top of Zion, right? We'll sing that song, but we'll be singing the song of righteousness forever, man. And we'll be singing these commandments forever. You understand what I'm saying? And the Most High will never have to use this song against us again, man. Like you, sir.
No sweat. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. Okay. And this is why we're in the condition that we're in today. You know what I'm saying? Because of this stuff right here. You understand? And we're gonna stay in this condition unless we come up out of it. Read it out.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
That's exactly what we're living in right now. We're living in hell right now. Because hell ain't no real place. Hell is a condition. You see what I'm saying? And that's the condition that we're living in right now. That's why the white men killing us in the street. That's why we worshiping Seizure Boys year. You understand? That's why you got black folks kissing stone, thinking they Islamic. You know what I'm saying? Worshiping Allah, whatever the hell they worship. You know what I'm saying? But we know what we worship in this school. You see what I'm saying? But that's why they do what they do. Because they would not hearken. And that's why the curses are upon us right now. And we don't know who we are. Like, I could tell this brother one thing, right? And by the time it get, you know what I'm saying, to Rom, it's gonna be like something different. I could say the sky is blue, right? But by the time it gets to the last person, it's gonna be the sky is green. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing happened to us throughout our generations. Little by little, it was going away. They stopped teaching. You see what I'm saying? They stopped letting their sisters know, letting their brothers know, letting their sons know, letting their daughters know. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to marry in any other nation. You're not supposed to sleep with any other nation. You're not supposed to do any other thing of that nature, right? You understand? But the white men beat it out of us. You understand? They made us speak their tongue. That's why we don't even know our original tongue. We don't know that we spoke ancient Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Because we lost it through what? Generation after generation after generation after generation. To where like now we got to start all over again. You see what I'm saying? And bring this back up. You see what I'm saying? But thank God for what? Commander Journey YAHANNA. Because he been down with it his what? 1969. You understand? That's how long we've been around. See what I'm saying? So we not there, but we almost there. You see what I'm saying? But that's why we got to keep putting in work so we can be there. So we can show people that, hey, the mark of the beast ain't no chip, man. You understand? It's about what you do. It's about keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. What you think in your mind is what you're going to do. Do the right thing or you're going to do the wrong thing. You understand? If you worship the false image, which are the beast, you're going to do the wrong thing. You're not going to be doing the right thing because you in Christianity. See what I'm saying? All right, give me I told you 31 verse 20, right? Yeah, give me 31 verse 20 to 22.
Okay. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 20. For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swear unto their fathers, that floweth with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten and filled themselves and waxen fat, that then will they turn unto other gods and serve them and provoke me and break my covenant.
And just like I brought out in what was that, Deuteronomy 28 and 15, that's why the Most High put the curses upon us. You know what I'm saying? He took us out of the land of Egypt, right? Gave us food, gave us what we needed, right? And what we do? We worship other gods. We serve other gods. And what? We provoked him, right? To put us and broke his covenant, right? That's why he had to send his son, what? YAHANNA, to die on the cross, right? So he could have a new covenant so that we can have grace abound. You see what I'm saying? To get right with the Most High. Read the next verse, right?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 21. And it shall come to pass when many evils and troubles are befallen them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness, for it shall not be forgotten out of the mouths of their seed. For I know their imagination which they go about, even now, before I have brought them into the land which I swear.
That's heavy right there. You know what I'm saying? He said that their seeds.
Right.
Like, we are their seeds.
Right.
We are back in the truth, bringing it back out, waking up people. Like, this is prophesied. You understand? He knew that what? Our forefathers was not going to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? But he said their seeds. You see what I'm saying? Are going to speak the truth. I'm paraphrasing. You see what I'm saying? We are going to bring the truth back up abound. Like Command Journey YAHANNA did. You see what I'm saying? And now we have what? The truth circulating back around in the world right now. Getting brothers and sisters off drugs. Getting them, you know what I'm saying, off the streets. Making our sisters not whores anymore. You see what I'm saying? Making them righteous women. Making righteous men. You see what I'm saying? The Lord already knew that this was going to happen. And he already knew what he was going to do about it. That's why the young is going to teach the old. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's heavy right there. That's heavy to you. I mean, that's heavy right there. Like, everything that we say, that's why we say that we prove all things. We're not telling you what we feel. We're telling you that what we can prove. You see what I'm saying? Read the next verse, all right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 22. Moses, therefore, wrote this song the same day and taught it to the children of Yisrael.
See what I'm saying? He wrote that song and he taught the children of Israel. You see what I'm saying? He taught us which way we needed to walk. You know what I'm saying? To walk in righteousness and not in evilness. You see what I'm saying? He broke it down to us and told us which way to go.
Like the Commander General YAHANNA.
Damn right. Matter of fact, just drop down to verse 30 right quick, all right?
Okay.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 30.
Matter of fact, Salaki, read verse 29.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 29. For I know that after my death, ye will utterly corrupt yourselves and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you, and evil will befall you in the latter days, because ye will do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger through the work of your hands.
Just like what I was talking about earlier, right? What's in your mind is what you do with your hands, right? You see what I'm saying? So he already knew that when he died, that what? We was going to go back to doing what? The same thing that we wanted to do, because we were stiff-necked. And we wouldn't hearken to the Most High. That's why he put the curse upon us. You see what I'm saying? Read the next verse.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 30. And Moses spake in the ears of all the congregation of Israel the words of this song until they were ended.
Moses ain't give up on us, man. That's how you know Moses gave a damn, and Moses cared about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. That's how you know Commanding Jeremy YAHANNA gives a damn about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. If you lead the truth, he's going to accept you back in the truth, man, because he loves you. You understand? He loves you that much that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, he's going to keep pushing this word of the Most High. All of our brothers are going to continue to do the work of the Most High. No matter what our mothers say, no matter what our fathers say, like, it don't matter if your parents don't even talk to you no more. You see what I'm saying? Like, everything that I'm saying is being like repeated over and over in different books and chapters of the book. You see what I'm saying? But it's the same meaning, it's the same message. What you got, huh?
kind of Salaki, if I may. I mean, and this is a testament to why you have to be strong. You understand what I'm saying? Because the God of the Bible always gave us warning. We knew he told us the good and the evil, man. Because Eve ate of that tree, gave us that knowledge.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So what is so powerful about Moses telling the children of Israel that they're gonna turn to be wicked because they are stiff-necked people, man. It's easy to do the things of the Chinese or the Moabites now. You know why? Because it's before you, and they're prosperous in this earth. It's easy to try to go off and do the things of the East Indians, Salaki, or the Elamites, because they're prosperous. They come over here, they have businesses, they open up businesses, they have their own nation, right? Niggas wear dreadlocks now. You understand what I'm saying? And call it their own. It's easy to fall off behind the ways of this earth. But what's not easy is serving a God that only left you instructions. It's not easy saying that, okay, this God of the Bible says the only way I can love him is by keeping these commandments. It's not easy looking at another man and saying con out of one con when he gives you orders. You understand what I'm saying? It's not easy for a woman to love her man so much that she'll do what that man says. That's not easy to do, man. It takes a warrior spirit, man. It takes a spirit of discipline. You understand what I'm saying? And it takes a spirit of understanding what true love is, man. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just being obedient, man. These scriptures are not hard to keep and follow, man. Especially if you get into the one true school that does it. You understand what I'm saying? And stay around and be around the brothers and sisters who do it, man. You understand what I'm saying? People, I mean, they tell you that you are who you hang with, man. Right. You understand what I'm saying? If you hang around smokers, you're more likely to be one.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? If you hang around money, you're most likely to get some.
Right.
But if you hang around the real priests and prophets of the Lord, man, you will become a real priest and prophet of the Lord. If you hang around righteous sisters, you will become a righteous sister of the Most High, man. And we will slowly build this nation back together, man. You understand what I'm saying? Shalom, sir.
No sweat. Give me a book of Exodus chapter 5, verse 3.
Exodus 5 and 3, sir.
I mean, Salakia, 15, verse 3. Salakia, bro. And this how you know the difference between the Christian, what they worship and what we worship. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we dress the way we do, militant. You know what I'm saying? With boots on, man, with armbands on. You see what I'm saying? With war scarves on, with headbands on. Like we ready to go to war. You know what I'm saying? Read what you got,
Khan. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
All you was taught was that Lord love everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He nice. You know what I'm saying? He care about everybody. But see, when you come into the truth, you learn that the Lord is a man of war. You know what I'm saying? And he come what? Prepare slaughter for what? Edom, right? Like you read in Obadiah, right? It said prepare slaughter for them, right? He's going to kill them because he's a man of war. And that's why he needs 144,000 men. You see what I'm saying? That has the truth in their mind. You see what I'm saying? With the power in their right hand to do the right thing, right? That's why it is so pivotal that we understand that, man. You know what I'm saying? And stop being so damn effeminate, man, because the Christian church teach you to be soft. Like anybody say soft with a capital T. You know what I'm saying? They soft. They love everybody. I had this one dude, he said, man, you're not righteous, man. Do you get mad at your wife? I looked at him, I said, dude, are you serious, man? And he thought it was so crazy that I said that my wife is in the truth. She knows her place. She understands that when I tell her to do something, it's con out of one con. You get up and you do what you're supposed to be doing. You understand? Nothing else. Don't tell me what you feel like and what you don't feel like. It's con out of one con. I'm finna go do it. So to go ahead and get this class going, man, because I got to read myself. I'm finna go to Revelation chapter 14, verse 3. So we can go ahead and close this class out. The book of Revelation, chapter 4, verse 3.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Just like I said, when Moses was singing that song, he was singing out what? The law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, right? And that's why it says that nobody else could understand that song, man. But blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but the 144,000. Nobody else could understand that song. You see what I'm saying? The white man don't understand that song. That's why he was what? In the dust. He was the lowest state. You see what I'm saying? He was in the dust. He didn't know what the truth was. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't weaned from the milk like we were. He wasn't taught the way that we were taught. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to give me Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. Huh?
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel,
14.
Go
to 8 first. Bring me 8 first.
Count on kind. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 8. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
That's what everybody is doing right now. That's not in the truth. It's in a world that's living in America right now. That's what the angels are going to say. Babylon, oh, Babylon is falling, right? Because they drink of the wine, what they say, of the wine of the wrath. You know what I'm saying? Of her fornication, which is unrighteousness. That's what they doing. Read the next verse, huh?
Count on kind. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand.
Yeah, I heard that, right? The seed of boys here, right? If you do it like I just said in the previous verse, right? It says if you drink another wine of her wrath and her fornication, right? And if you worshiping that image of the beast or whatever, you have that mark upon your forehead and your hand. Read the next verse, verse 10.
Count on kind. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
That's what's going to happen to you.
Good man.
If you worshiping the mark of the beast, which is in the world and not of the Most High, and not doing what the Most High tell you to do in the righteous way, that's what's going to happen to you. That's the same thing that's going to happen to you. It's not going to be no choice to get it right or choice to wrong. No, you're going to be dead.
Right.
You're going to die. You see what I'm saying? But you're not going to learn that in the Christian church. You know what I'm saying?
Salaki, if I may.
Go ahead.
Ain't gonna be no mixture, man. Ain't gonna be no chaser. Ain't gonna be no water. Ain't gonna be none of that, man. You're going to get the full dose of the full wrath. Indignation is righteous anger. You're going to get all that from the Most High, man.
Damn right.
You understand what I'm saying? And these other nations, they deserve it, man. They need to feel a little bit of that, what they did to the Most High's people,
right.
man. You understand what I'm saying? They need to feel that, man. They need to know what it's like for the niggas and the slaves of the earth to rule over them, man.
Damn right.
Like it.
Go ahead. Give me a verse 11, huh?
Kind.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. And they may have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
So we already read about if you brush with the beast, right? You had a mark on your head and in your hand, right? That you're going to what? Because you drink another wine of the wrath of the Most High, right? You're going to die, right? With brimstone, right? In the indignation of that, right? Because you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You worshiping a false god. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing what Christ wants you to do. You're doing what you basically doing what you want to do, and you're being commendable of your own mouth. That's what the Christian pastor do. He's commendable of his own mouth because he thinks that what he's saying is righteous, and it's the blind leading the blind. You see what I'm saying? And that's why they are going to die.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? With the wrath of the indignation. You see what I'm saying? Because it's going to be righteous, like you said, righteous hate. He's going to be upset. You see what I'm saying? That's why we cry aloud to get you to do the right thing. You see what I'm saying? But if you, hey, brother, want to do what you want to do? Hey, your mama want to be a Christian? So be it. You know what I'm saying? That's why it says, I forgot the scripture. It says, there's no rest for the wicked, I believe. I think I'm paraphrasing it or whatever, but there's no rest for the wicked. You know what I'm saying? My baby mama called me Salakia in the world, you know, saying that you know, she can't sleep, she having a hard time and all this, you know, and I was being funny, you know what I'm saying? I was like, there's no rest for the wicked.
Good night.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not. Because of what you did to what you did to me, the Lord is going to do back to you. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm walking in what? A righteous light. Got it up?
Okay.
All right.
Start, read verse 15 and then read verse 62.
Okay. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth to the even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Verse 65, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease. Find no ease. Neither shall the sole of thy feet have rest. Neither shall the sole of thy feet have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind.
So if you breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be constantly going to and fro in this earth, not really. You understand? The sole of your foot not gonna have no rest. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that the brothers of the truth, you know what I'm saying, not dealing with, you know, captivity like every other brother. You know what I'm saying? But your peace and your hope is, you know what I'm saying, is in the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So you have a root. You understand? You're not out here, because the scripture says oppression makes a wise man mad. That's
Right.
wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That's different from grief.
That's right.
You understand? And jealousy. You understand? And just having a trembling heart because you're weak.
That's right.
Right.
You understand?
Wow.
This truth builds you to be a righteous, strong man of the Lord.
That's right.
You understand? A weak man, a weak woman, you understand? They can't deal with hardship. You understand? Every person that's glorified in that script, in those scriptures, is either homeless, you understand, ex-con or ex-felon, you understand, ex-thief, ex-killer, you understand? These are people that first and foremost were the thrown away, you know, the castaways of the people. These weren't like people. They went through hell because of their sin. And the Lord took what the world threw away and made it the light of the world.
Come. Like all the one brought out was real heavy, man. That's why I say That's why I always say the world didn't accept me, but Commanding General YAHANNA accepted us, man. That don't go just for me. That go for anybody that's in the world that come into the truth. The world gonna call you a criminal. They're gonna call you a thief. They're gonna call you an addict. They're gonna say you was a nobody. They're gonna say all the above. You know what I'm saying? But Commanding General YAHANNA is gonna accept you, man, because you're doing what? You're trying to change your life, man. You see what I'm saying? You want to be a better person, and that's all it takes. All it takes is to want to know who the hell you are, man, and where you came from. Stop letting the white man tell you in school, man. That's all it is indoctrination, man. All you was taught through school was that you came over here on the damn ship, man. That's all you was taught. It's not until you want to know who you really are and where you really came from, man, till you gonna find the truth and figure out that your king was a black man. Read the next verse for me, Salakia, in Revelation chapter 14, verse 12, man.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Yahushua.
That's what we waiting for. You understand? But that's why I think it's what Matthew 24 and 13, where it says, he that endured to the end, the same should be saved. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Same thing in Revelation 14 and 12. You understand? It's the patience of the saints. You see what I'm saying? They keep the commandments of God and the faith of Yahushua. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be our reward, man. That's why the reward of us is going to be the wicked, seeing them die.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, till our king come back, man. Don't fold. Don't bend. Don't break. You see what I'm saying? Don't be weak. There's no effeminate man. I ain't got to say don't be weak because there's strong brothers in the UPK, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I love my brothers and I die for them, because there's no greater, it's nothing greater than a man laying his life down for his brother. Christ did it for you. So why not do it for your brother? You did it in the military. If you was in the military, you did it for the white man.
That's right.
So why not do it for somebody that looked just like you, man?
Damn right, man.
All right, this is the Israelite School, a University of Practical Knowledge, started out of Harlem on West 125th Street, man. And you know what I'm saying? If you're not in this truth, man, then you're not in the truth. You understand? You are living a lie. You understand? And I hope that this class, touch somebody to reach somebody and get them to walk in the right way. You understand? And stop worshiping Caesar Borgia, man. And worship your king, man. Yahweh. You understand? And Yahushua, man. Shalom.